Don't let a frozen bank account ruin your funeral. What about, let's call this probate freezes your money. And what are you going to do about it? You got bills to pay. Take a deep breath with me just for a second, because somewhere out there, a perfectly innocent checking account is sitting quietly collecting its adorable little interest, and it has no idea it is about to cause absolute chaos. Welcome back, everyone, to the Secure 65 Health Plans podcast, where we keep money simple, estate planning understandable, and family drama preventable. I'm your host, Moné Swann, and today we're talking about something nobody puts on a vision board: probate, frozen bank accounts, and the well meaning but slightly dangerous advice that sounds easy but can cost your family time, money, and peace. And listen, this is not about fear. This conversation is about foresight. So let's jump into it. Let's start by identifying the problem. Your account can get frozen. So here's the deal. If your bank account is still titled only in your individual name when you pass away, that account usually has to go through something called probate. And before probate even begins, you guys, most banks freeze the account. Freeze as in bills? Oh, not today. Mortgage? Sorry, can't do it. Final expense? Stand by. Family needs access to funds? Nope, it's not cruelty, it's policy. But grief is already heavy. Adding frozen funds to that situation means unnecessary stress. So naturally, people look for shortcuts. Let's talk about the two most common ones. Shortcut number one: just add them as a joint owner. Yes, the classic joint tenancy with the right of survivorship. Well, it sounds smooth, sounds efficient. If something happens to me, you automatically get the account. Ah, technically, true. But here's what people miss. When you add someone as a joint owner, you're not just giving them access, you guys, you're giving them ownership. Yeah. What does that mean? That means if they get sued, if they get divorced, if they rack up debt, if they make financial creative life decisions, your money is now tied up in that mess too. And let's add some family seasoning to it, shall we? If you have two children, but only one added for convenience, well, when you pass, legally, that account belongs to the one you added, and it is not split evenly. Not the way mom meant, okay? Legally, it's theirs. Now, you've unintentionally created tension at Thanksgiving, possibly for the next decade. Easy? Yes. Wise? Not always. Now, here's shortcut number two: just name a beneficiary, also called payable on death. You know, when you pass away, they show a death certificate and the money is transferred and probate is avoided. Again, technically accurate, but here's the part people don't think through. If your beneficiary is, again, in the middle of a divorce, being sued, filing for bankruptcy, or simply struggling financially, well, when you pass, that money instantly becomes theirs. And if creditors are circling like vultures, they can access it. The timing might not be right. And estate planning is often just as much about timing as much as distributions. These are when the beneficiary designations make sense. But as a blanket strategy, it can create exposure. So let's talk about a much stronger strategy. Ah, you guessed it, a living trust. Now, here's where we level up, okay? A living trust. I know it sounds formal. I know it sounds complicated. I know it even sounds fancy, but it's not. It's simply a legal container. You can create the trust, you retitle your bank account into the trust name, and the trust becomes the owner. Now, here's the powerful part. When you pass away, your trust does not. That means no automatic freezes, no probate delays, and no waiting months for court permissions. Your chosen successor, trustee, steps in, ta-da, shows the document, and continues managing the account. Bills get paid, life continues, and your family isn't financially paralyzed. And here's the flexibility piece that I personally love. If one child is going through a divorce, when you pass, the trust can say, oh, wait, hold those funds, distribute later. Okay, that's the level of control. And that simply doesn't exist with joint ownership or basic beneficiary designations. And no, your checks do not have to say Smith Dynasty Trust of 2026. You can still have your name printed on your checks. I think that's pretty cool. And this is about structure, you guys. This is not about making a public announcement about a trust. Now, let me give you a quick reality check and let's clear up one more common misunderstanding. A will does not avoid probate. A will directs, well, all it does is direct what happens during probate, okay? So it's a different sentence and very different financial outcomes. So you might say, okay, Moné, well, so why does that matter? Why are you making a big deal about it? Well, this conversation isn't about paperwork. It's about love. It's about making sure your family can access what you built when they need it most, okay? It's about preventing unnecessary court delays. It's about protecting your legacy from bad timing. It's about estate planning. And this is not, you guys, this is not morbid, so don't think like that. It's mature, it's thoughtful, it's responsible, and it's one of the most powerful gifts you can give your family. So here's your assignment for this week. Oh, you didn't think you'd get one, right? Well, here it is. Number one, look at how your bank accounts are titled. Number two, review your beneficiary designations. Number three, if you don't have a trust, talk to a qualified estate planning attorney in your state or call us. And as one of our clients, we will set you up with an appointment with one. And then lastly, number four, if you have one, make sure your accounts are actually funded, okay? Don't assume, don't rely on old advice, and don't wait until later, okay? Later has a way of arriving unexpectedly. So if this episode helped you, share it with someone who still thinks adding their favorite child to the account solves everything, okay? Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Leave a review if this information saved you from a future family meltdown. You guys, you work too hard to let your bank account create chaos after you're gone. Okay, so do the right thing, plan wisely, protect intentionally, and build a legacy that continues smoothly, even when you're not here to manage it. Until next time, stay informed, stay protected, and keep your money from attending court without you. Love you guys. Take care. All right. Bye.